Okay, my
Yes, sir. It is there.
visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
So the pandemic, we are discussing about the pandemic of COVID-19, and it is not that there were no pandemics earlier. Pandemics, particularly plague outbreak, have been known immemorial. So this is not one. Currently, all of us are experiencing emotions, thought, situations we have never experienced before. Recently, there are history of cholera pandemic and flu pandemic in 19th, and again cholera pandemic and Spanish flu in the early part of the 20th century. There were outbreaks of Asian flu, SARS, MERS, Ebola or Nipah in 21st century. So the pandemic of COVID-19 is completely different scale. It has shaken the entire world and created global panic situation. In January 2020, the WHO declared the outbreak of new coronavirus disease in Hubei province of to be a public health emergency of international concerns. This time of crisis is generating stress in public and the people being exposed to extraordinary situations in and from. Those with the disease have not done anything wrong. People who have COVID-19, attach to them, to any ethnicity or nationality, be empathetic to those who got infected with this coronavirus. Don't be referred to people with the disease as like these are the COVID-19 cases, this one is the victim, these are the COVID-19 families or the diseased families. Avoid these because they are people who have COVID-19, people who are being treated for COVID-19, people who are receiving from COVID-19, and after recovering from COVID-19, their life will go on with their jobs and families and loved ones with them. So we should avoid using these terminology and avoid the stigma from this illness. The mental health during COVID-19 affects at both levels, at individual level as well as on community level. On individual level, there are feelings of insecurity, feeling of confusion. They are on emotions and challenged with the stigma. But if we see on the communities, there may be loss, there may be work and school closure and inadequate resources for responses and access. There may be deficient distribution of necessities for these peoples like our laborers. There are distress responses during the crisis. So in distress, how do we, in crisis, how do we respond? This is known as the, we sometimes present with our physical symptoms, psychological symptoms. Physical symptoms like shaking our body or hands or extremities, feeling headache, feeling very tired without any strenuous work, loss of appetites and body aches. Sometimes may feel crying and sadness of the mood, depressed mood, feeling of grief, anxiety, and fear from the situations that may or anticipatory situations. At this time, persons may being on guard or jumpy or on the edge. So they may feel worry or may develop worry situation. Some worry that is something really. Besides this, they may have disturbances in their sleeps, having lot of nightmares or dreams. Is also present is in these situations may become anger or irritable or anger out there. Sometimes they have or develop the guilt or shame for having survived because their loved one, so they develop guilt why they have survived or for not helping or saving other peoples. During this stress response, they may be confused or become emotionally numb or sometimes feeling unreal or in a daze. They appear withdrawn to their body parts, not moving their extremities. So just like in these situations, they adopt the behavior due to in these situations they are not responding to others, even unable to speak. They may be disoriented to time, place, and person, and even not knowing their own name, where they are from, or what happened in these situations, or presently what happened. So they are not being able to care for themselves or their children, not eating or drinking properly, unable to take simple decisions even. So, but with these distress responses in these crisis situations, most people will recover well over time. These are transient situations. Some may need more support, and we should advise to take the expert help like counseling, psychotherapy, or the treatment. The term psychology first aid is comes and the importance of the psychological first aid in the natural disasters. What is psychological first aid? Psychological describes a humane, supportive response to a fellow human being who is suffering and who may need support in any type of the disaster like corona pending or tsunami or like that. In psychological first aid, these are the simple steps we should follow. We should provide practical care and support to the sufferers. We should include assessing needs. We should helping people to address their basic needs like food, water, or in proper information or authentication. We should listen to them, but not pressurizing the talk. We should comforting people and to feel calm and cool. Helping people connect to information, we should help them to connect with their family members at this time and provide services and social support, protecting people from further harm. So this is about a psychological first aid. Now the stress during infectious disease outbreak can causes fear and worry about their own health, about their family members, children's, loved ones. Sleep or eating pattern also disturbed. Sometimes they feeling difficulty in onset of sleep or in concentration. A chronic health problem like people may have like heart disease or hypertension, diabetes or asthma. So these chronic health problems may be worsened during this stress. So we should avoid stress in these situations. There are increased use of alcohol, smoking, tobacco in form of chewing or smoking and other substances of addictions are increased. The pandemic or outbreak or epidemic having two phases. One is acute phase. During the outbreak, the acute phase may persist from 2 to 6 months, and issues in the acute phase are to be dealt with immediate mental health impacts such as they develop fear, they develop denial because they do not want to accept their help, they become anxious, sleep disturbances, dissociative or hysterical symptoms during these stages, they develop depressive symptoms or suicidal thoughts or sometimes suicide attempts. Substance withdrawal is also there because people are taking substance regularly. So at this time, if these substances are not available, then they may develop withdrawal symptoms due to substance and relapses of pre-existing mental health problem, like they may in case of some psychological problem like anxiety, depression, psychosis, or schizophrenia. So these pre-existing mental health disorders may relapse during this stage. Second one is the long-term phases. After this long-term phase is after the control of the outbreak, and this may be of up to 6 months or maybe more than 6 months. Issues are comes under this long-term phase are commonly presented like if the survivors guilt, persons who survive and they lose their loved one develop guilt, depression, dependent on their substance like alcohol, nicotine, or other substances, relapses their pre-existing mental illness, post-traumatic stress disorder. Sometime in or in the infections, they also develop post-traumatic stress disorder, and somatization disorder means that they develop the bodily symptoms, bodily complaints like headache, generalized body ache, or their pain in the eye, pain in the neck. So these are the symptoms comes in the somatization disorder. The will be the direct and the indirect socio-economic impact of this outbreak. Along with these diagnosable mental health issues, the affected community or people also harbors a large number of worried well. Now, what is the worried well? Who are the worried well? Worried well are the people, the healthy persons with less severe problems or those with intermediate concerns about their own health. These individuals generally complain about symptoms about a particular potentially undiagnosed illness, like they feel sometimes feverish, but if they take temperature, the temperature comes normal. They feel sometimes body ache, they feel sometimes low, sometimes their appetite is also, sometimes they having watering nose, and they correlate these symptoms with presentation of COVID symptoms, then get distressed. So these are the persons who known as the worried well. You may wonder if these non-specific symptoms represents the presence of significant disease like COVID-19. So persistent preoccupation with the illness of worries is normally found in these worried well. Fears of worry from these outcomes. They sometimes develop fears and rank those based on the unfounded fears based on multiple information or misinformation, flood of the information circulating in the media, particularly in social media nowadays, and most of them fake. At a time when change is the only constant, means there are a lot of circulation, advisory, changing day by day and comes daily concerning advisories and precautions as we move through different these outbreaks, flood of these advisories. In this situation, they think that what to do, what not to do, because they are not having proper information is about their day-to-day care. Questions are near universal. These questions for everyone and give rise to worry and they develop fear. So each of us respond differently to the barrage of information from global and local sources. We should take these with proper authentications and from reliable resources. The fear of contracting are also frequent and range from misinterpreting every fear or cough, like we discussed in worried well, as COVID-19 infection. and we wanting a test done for our reassurance. So these may be our fear or suspiciousness. Sometimes they develop a psychological problem which is known as obsessive compulsive disorder, and this also expected to increase in the aftermath of COVID-19 long-term effect. To wash regularly, to reduce contamination. These are the advice. So to ensure that subjects reduce transmission of infection, they have been bombarded with public health message to wash your hand in minutes. Subjects with compulsive disorder also experience repetitive thoughts that they are contaminated, like this is known as obsession, and action on these contaminated thoughts, like to reduce the anxiety, is known as the compulsion. So these obsession and compulsions, the subject often recognize that thoughts are senseless but cannot control them. In these cases, washing can be persist for many hours in a day with significant distress and dysfunctions. So, due to fear of contracting COVID-19 through mild transmission, such persistent fear is likely to predispose to a mild to severe OCD in some otherwise vulnerable individual. So we have to careful about this situation, and we should alert from these situations. There are many other psychological problems during this outbreak. We have to see like phobias. We have social phobia, simple phobia. What is phobia? Phobia is an anxiety disorder that might emerge in a well-defined situations. So in the of COVID-19, most commonly people can excessively develop crowd because they avoid to crowd because they are advised. So due to fear of they develop this fear, and this is a phobia like agoraphobia. This is known as agoraphobia, irrational fear, crowded situations. In certain other cases, if there is excessive avoidance of crowd to the point of being housebound, it is called agoraphobia. Means in agoraphobia, people are unable to go out of home and they need help of others. So we advise them to confine their home during the lockdown, and this their habit that they avoid to go outside when they are alone. So this may be having these type of the irrational fears. Imposing lockdowns means to confine their home and fears of comes out from their home. So we should alert from these type of the psychological issues. Now the panic disorders. In this is also a disorder of the anxiety and people feeling of impending doom. Something is going to be done wrong or I am going to be die. It is characterized by recurrent unexpected attacks of severe anxiety that a peak within a few minutes, say to 10 minutes to with 20 minutes. And this lasts for a few more minutes up to next 30 minutes. So these anxiety symptoms they develop in a crescendo pattern, like abruptly go to peak within 10-20 minutes and then started go down in next 10 minutes. There is associated fear of having these people having feeling that they may develop more attacks or they anticipate these type of attack. So avoid of trigger of panic attack. They try to avoid that more attacks should not be happened. Many of these patients might feel that they are about to die, control or go mad and will end up in medical emergency repeat. Such type of persons repeatedly comes to hospital. The hospital personnel started their ECG fluid or like that or invest. If this repeatedly happen, we should be alert that this may be a psychological problem, not a heart problem or any other illness. The suicide. This is the ultimate result of our psychological or mental illnesses. People who having psychological problem like severe anxiety or severe depression or severe psychosis like schizophrenia or bipolar may sometimes do the suicide attempt. Attempt is the death wishes or suicidal ideas, thoughts. When subjects have most symptoms and are severely dysfunctional or having persistent thoughts of death or having a history of self-harm or persistent thoughts of self-harm, they should be immediately referred to the mental health specialist. The suicide attempt are death wishes or attempt when subject and we should prevent the suicide with immediate or urgent care with these persons. There are more deaths from the suicide than by the road traffic accidents. And the major issues for the suicides comes out with the researches are or family dynamics or family disturbances. There is reported that one suicide in 8 seconds happened in worldwide. So these persons need consultation, counseling, and psychiatric treatment, and no one should hesitate to expert help if they develop these type of ideas or if they having a history of suicide attempt. Because if one person have a history of one suicide attempt, there are chances of repeated suicide attempts is 20 times. The suicide attempt, we should know that these suicide attempts sometimes not able to kill you. These suicide attempts make you disabled. So you should avoid this suicide because you are unable to go around or walk properly after these suicide attempts. Or you may have the head injury, axonal head injury, and you become totally brainless person. There are also increasing of the changes of the behavior before suicide. So these for the suicidal persons, if they indicate something that if you notice their behavior is changed, they are talking property about their bank balance, about their local, they are giving their keys to their family members all of a sudden. So these, and if they are trying to wind up something, then you should be that why they are doing this. So, and you should take cues from these people. We are conducting a study on suicide prevention at our Department of Psychiatry Hospital, which is funded by Indian Council of Medical Research. And I go through the papers in last 2 or more than month. There are 2 suicide reported due to these problems or this pandemic. But our other partner center, because this is a multi-centric study at Bangalore, one center in Bangalore, the St. John's Medical College, they reported more than 40 suicide attempts in last 2 months. So rate of suicide attempt is no doubt more in south part of India than northern, but yes, these may be sometimes underreported due to the medical legal issues or the fear from the these problems. The advise telepsychiatry, they can take the help of telepsychiatry or telecounseling if they having some hesitation or associated stigma to expert. So need of our is we should develop the national helpline for the suicide prevention. We are conducting a multi-centric suicide prevention study telephone-based psychosocial interventions. So they help in future to develop these type of the national helpline for the suicide preventions. The people at the time of the crisis are vulnerable to the stress, and we should care every sector of these, like old people with chronic disease, those who are at the higher risk for COVID-19 infection. We should also alert for our careful for our children and adolescents, because we should avoid to comes out of home these children below 10 years of. And healthcare workers also are vulnerable, like doctors, nurses, and other healthcare providers, like ward boy, nursing orderly, and police personnel, or persons working on their frontline desk. So people who have mental health conditions, including problem with suicide use, we should support them, we should take care of them. For children, we should help the children in a positive way to express disturbing feelings such as fear and sadness. Every child has his or her own way to express emotions, and sometimes engaging in creative activities such as playing, drawing can facilitate this. So keep these children close to and family in this time of crisis, and discuss the COVID-19 with your children and on age appropriate info. We should deliver appropriate information to, because children feel relieved if they can express and communicate their disturbing feelings in a safe and environment of like that. Their parents provide engaging age appropriate activity for children as much as possible. Encourage children to continue to socialize with on their digital platform. And if your children have concerns, addressing these together may ease their anxiety. Children will observe adult behavior and emotions for cues on how to manage their own emotion during difficult times. So they also observing their family members, their parents, that how our parents are manage their own emotions. So they also learning from this with our behavior. So too much information can severe anxiety. Take your cues from person honestly, and do not them worries. Don't make false promises with them. We should play with the game with the children, give our time to the children. We should encourage them to play indoor games, because in this situation we try to avoid them to outside outdoor activity. So we encourage them drawing or their according to their interest, because children's having some type of the there. So we should explore their talent in these times of the or situations. Now, the persons of mental illness, known as the already depressed or mentally ill persons, like bipolar affective disorder, who have previous mental illness, may face this during self-isolation, because their symptoms may be worsened due to isolations. They would also have the same fears and stress as other publics, which may worsen their previous mental health or problems. So social isolation may make them more withdrawn, they become moody or irritated. So we should care of them with altered support and care. They may not seek or get easy access to medicine is at this time also. This may be one reason for their relapsing of the faith. So we should help and support, and the support is vital for persons with mental illness from their families. Helpline can also provide support in addition to regular taking of prescribed medicines. A regular daily routine for them. So be compassionate, listen to them, care to them, support to them, and facilitate their already taking treatment. What is the lockdown? We should also understand the importance of the lockdown, because this is for protection of ourselves and protection of our family and other and in large society. Now the quarantine, like isolation, or this may be a social distancing, some persons may develop fear about their own health and health of their loved ones when they are under quarantine state. Stress of being monitored also have also they, and sometimes anger and frustrations of being stigmatized. So these are the issues in the times of raging pandemic can be psychologically distressing for people in quarantine state. However, they are simple and effective actions, but key among is providing reliable and the information is helpful for quarantine persons. And on the other aspect is like that people are comes out with together as soon as the open up the market or special shops. So this is the other part of the coin. We should avoid too much to see the TV to the on the networking, because 24 hour on every channel they are giving the report of the COVID-19 statistics. So if there is a problem, who one is susceptible to develop these problem with these newses, or they develop ghabrat, restlessness, or palpitation or sweating, they should have to see these news on these channels and do their other activity or involved with the family members or gossiping with the family members or their. Now, how to cope with this corona pandemic? So there are tips for the cope up, like we should you should empower yourself to avoid the stress in these situations, and there are many ways to get social get together on virtual methods, and avoid the substances. So these are the many methods, and hope is the hope for the best is the main key, because all the world is dependent on the hope, and we have to hope in every situations of this crisis, so that we can fight and very well. And the blue bird is the sign of hope. How to cope up with these situations, with these stress, with these psychological problems? Everyone has natural ways of their coping. Every person have their inbuilt strength, psychological power to cope up with their problems. So encourage people to use their own positive coping strategy and avoiding at the same time their negative strategy. So this will help them feel stronger and regain a sense of control. What are the positive coping strategies? They can rest, like proper sleep, at least 7 to 9 hours per, eat as regularly as possible, and healthy diet, drink lot of water, talk and spend time with their family, friends, and close ones, discuss their problem with someone who you trust, and do activities that help you relax. Your activity of interest, your hobbies like walking, singing, praying, play with the children, like that, any of them. And to do regular physical exercise, find safe way to help others in the crisis, and get involved in the community activities, because sometimes you develop a confidence when you are helping others. Your overconfidence is elated or elevated with the if you are doing the help for others, like animals or other peoples who are need for this. Besides this, there are negative coping strategies. So we should avoid these negative coping strategy and promote our positive coping strategy. These negative coping strategies are: avoid the drugs, smoking, alcohol. Do not sleep all the day. Don't work all the time without any rest. Take break. You take rest. You should relax. Don't isolate yourself from your friends and your near and dear. Neglect your basic personal hygiene. You should continuously do your day-to-day care, personal hygiene. Don't become irritable. Don't become violent. You should remain cool and calm every time. Handling social isolation. Social isolations, we can handle these situations if we are busy in our indoor or in our house with making a regular schedule, doing some at home in day-to-day work. We can support our family members with our household works. Distract yourself from negative emotions by listening to music. If you develop, or if you are having the situation of worried whale, develop or thinking that this sneezing or running nose or fever is feeling, maybe I have some COVID infection, then you divert your attention and start listening music, start reading in which you have interest, watching an entertainment programs on television. And if you had old hobbies like painting, gardening, or stitching, go back to them. If your uncompleted works, you can complete these works in these situations or in this time. Eat well and drink plenty of fluid. Physically active, indoor exercise. Sharing is also caring. So understand if someone around you needs food or other essentials. So be to will boost your confidence and you may remain elevated. Elderly people may feel confused at the time, so you should give the proper information to them, not information. And they may become lost, they need help. So offer them help by getting them what they need to support with their medical help and as well as daily needs. If you have, keep them busy by allowing them to help in their household chores, make them feel responsible and acquire skills. That's the rumor. Focus on the fact. This is the key of this fight with the pandemic. Make sure to assess and believe only the most reliable sources of information for self-protection, like information from WHO website, information from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So follow sensational news or social media post and do not forward without checking their authenticity, which may impact your mental state also. Do not share any unverified news or information further. Like I am experiencing in last one day, there are a lot of WhatsApps on the social media about to earthquake. So that earthquake is also. So we should not spread these rumors. Do not keep discussing all the time about who got sick and how. We should avoid this because accept this. Learn about who got well and recover. Like we should give positive vibes. We should see the glass half is full glass. In most people, the corona infections causes only mild symptoms. This is also again a very important problem. If you suffered from the corona, they come in 80 or 90% of cases. So why you bother? These mild symptoms and the persons only need to follow social with their with from family members and from their colleagues, and this stays maybe 2 to 3 weeks, not more than that. And you can work from your home in this 2 or 3 week period also. Mild infection not require a person to be admitted in hospital, and only who have breathing difficulty need to be hospital. So most people recover, like more than 80% are comes under the mild stage. So we should alert. Emotional problems we can handle with stay connected with their family and friends. Call up people whom you have not spoken to and surprise them, because for a long time due to your busy schedule, you not able to them. So now call them. Happy events, common interest, and exchange, share music. So these are the tips for your to get busy yourself. If any of these emotions persist continuously for several days, despite you're trying to get out of it, talk about it with someone, with your family members, or who can guide you properly. Talk to mental health professionals on help number also. There are a lot of helpline nowadays. The Indian Psychiatric Society also having a helpline for giving psychological advice to them. If they feel worse, you helpless, hopeless, and feel that life is not worth living, visit nearby psychiatrist. If these symptoms, if these type of situation you are facing, you should do not hesitate to consult a psychiatrist or psychologist. We should avoid tobacco, nicotine, in the form of smoking, alcohol, and other drugs. Use tobacco or alcohol or with emotion or boredom can worsen your physical, mental health and reduce your immunity. So there was a rumor also that alcohol make you more immune. So this is baseless advice. So people who already have a substance use problem may require professional help when they feel low in mood or stress. And I am advising those persons who are during lockdown unable to get alcohol and abstinence from alcohol. Please, they continue their abstinence from alcohol, because this is a opportunity for you to de-addiction from this alcohol problem or the substance dependence. We should advise people that the drug addiction at the childhood or adolescence is, we should avoid these. We should have a close vigil on for their company, and we should avoid any substance at our home. So if you use that your children is having taking drugs, you should take help from the expert or psychiatrist. We should be compassionate and supportive to each other. This is a global problem. You are not alone to be suffered, because everyone having the same problem. So COVID-19 has is likely to affect people from many countries in many geographical locations. So be empathetic to all those who are affected in and from any country. People who are affected has not done anything wrong, and they deserve our support, compassion, and kindness. Now the role of sleep hygiene. We are discussing that you should take proper sleep, you should proper sleep, because sleep is the main make psychologically healthy. So there are a sleep hygienes for the there is a sleep hygiene. So sleep hygiene is the term used to describe a good sleep habit. Good sleep as the sleep hygiene. So persons who are having disturbed sleep, they don't bed unless they are feel sleepy. This is sleep hygiene advisable for those who are having insomnia or problem in proper sleep. So if you are not asleep after 20 minutes on the going to bed, then get and involved in some activities find something relaxing but stimulating to take your mind off the worries about the sleep. This will relax your body and distract your mind, and then you can go again. Find something else to do that will you make you feel relaxed. And once you feel sleepy, then go to the bed. Begin rituals help you relax each night beforehand. Like this can include such things as a warm bath. Some persons taking warm bath before sleeping. Some are taking light snacks or a few minutes of reading, and then they sleep easily. Get up at the same time every morning, even in the holiday also. You do this even on weekend and holiday. Get a full night's sleep on a regular basis. Avoid taking naps if you can. Like if you taking naps in the office or during your working hours and you have a problem of then avoid taking these naps. If you must take a nap, try to keep it short. And this should be the less than 1 hour. Do not have keep your regular schedule, regular times for meal, medications, other or household chores. Do not have any caffeine after lunch because this is a stimulant brain and this may having problem with initial sleep. Do not read, write, eat, watch TV, talk on the phone, or play cards in the bed. If you are going to bed, then you should avoid these things because these stimulate your eyes and then brains ultimately. Do not have any caffeine after lunch. Do not have alcohol within 6 hours of your bedtime if you are having disturbed sleep problem or insomnia. Do not have a smoking bedtime. Do not go to bed in hungry or having a big or heavy meal or like a spicy meal near bedtimes. Avoid any tough exercise within 6 hours of your bedtimes. Bedroom quiet, dark, and a little bit cool. And you should know our bed is only for our sleep. So we should avoid go to bed in daytime. We should use our bed when we are going to sleep, and otherwise in daytime you should use your chair or your sofas or on the floor. Uh, use this. So this is 14 or 15 sleep hygiene tips for persons who are having disturbed sleep. The role of relaxation exercise very important in the this corona outbreak time, and we should take deep breathing. We should do the pranayam and sit in a comfortable position while we are doing the abdominal breathing on the ground or a chair. Remove your wallet, belt, or other items or phone from your shirt, trouser, or dress. Relax. Bring your hand to your lower belly with your 2 meter finger touching the belly. Close your eyes and take the breath. Take a long and deep, gentle breath and sense this long and deep breath down to your belly so your stomach expand. Keep your shoulder relaxed. Relax. You should find that your middle finger naturally slightly as the belly expand with the breath. Exhale or breathe out slowly. Now feel how the belly naturally draws. So these are the tips for the abdominal breathing. You should do the pranayam regular 10 minutes to 20 minutes pranayam like Bhramari pranayam is the more you feeling with the relaxation and Anulom Vilom, Bhasikra, Kapal Bhati. So these 4 5 times of the pranayam we should uh, progressive muscle relaxations as I described, physical exercise. Yoga is our ancient practice and all the world nowadays for yoga, and we should practice yoga for our mind, body, and relaxation, brain relaxation. Mindfulness techniques. Get massage if you feel ache or body ache or any problem. Get music, and if you do the yoga module, you can go this Niman site for the yoga. They advise the yoga for the psychology suffered persons. Now, there is a problem. 46, 7, 48. Stay informed like Arogya Setu Corona app having every type of information WHO site. So the tips for that: be careful and alert every time. We should avoid our accident while we are driving. So like that we should alert in this time of pandemic. Together we can fight with corona as well with our mental illnesses. Now the time of the people to act. Government is doing their best, but we should uh, do our duties. And these are the advice: how to we take a laptop, mobile, handle knocks, and our mouse, pens, car handle. So these are the advices available everywhere. We should follow these. My last slide is for take home message. We should be relaxed, cool, and calm in every situation. Nothing to worry about. Always remain alert during driving to keep yourself busy in work area of interest. And there is a slogan like empty mind is the house of evil. Khali dimag shaitan ka ghar. So we should be busy at every time to divert our cycle issues or thoughts or unnecessary thoughts.